Mookie Great, thank you so much. Hey, we're saying hey to you, Mookie Great. A great morning to you, Mookie. Precious Ikedi, saying good morning to you. Precious, I told you to reduce the volume, please. Turn down the volume. All right, Baker. That's Baker Miller. Play TV, kill your giggles on the background. It's on. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, Miller. I really appreciate that information. Okay, Dr. Pounds is talking about microphone here. What's happening to the microphone? Please, can you check? Okay. Thank you, Ogba. Mic check the mic. Mic, check the mic. Microphone, check the microphone. That's good. That's a good one there. All right, we have Andrew greeting me. We have Samson mostly saying good morning. We're saying good morning to you, Emeka. I'm back. Dr. Pounds, thank you so much. He said it's okay now. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Pounds. We can now allow Michael to come. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Michael. Public holiday. Yeah. Why are you not at home? Can you allow the camera to move back while it is, please? Can you? I'm not supposed to be saying all this online. I need to do that. All right, Michael. The game begins. Indefinite strike. And I think that NLC, TUC are not going back to this move. That was the time the NLC and TUC and at the end of the day, I think we came to solve it. Here they are saying that October 3, Nigeria join on strike. Pleasant development. I wish we don't for now, it's already dwindled and stockpiling food. It's going to be a very serious challenge for most Nigerians now. They are the most vulnerable ones if the strike should come up. Nevertheless, I think government over the years have not been responsible enough to ensure that NLC and TUC do not opt for this strike action. Over the years,
These guys believe that that is the only language government understands. Unfortunately so, I mean sadly so. We shouldn't be getting to this point. Don't forget, in the last couple of months, NLC and government officials have been engaging each other, trying to work out amicable plans towards ensuring that the the toxic policy of removal of fuel subsidy without having any concrete palliative measures on ground uh, is resolved. But the government has proved over time that they they are not ready for what NLC is asking for. And as you also said, that TUC was backing down at some point, slowing down the pace at which NLC was trying to move. And over time, TUC also uh, found out that it seems government is not ready, and I think that is what is bringing about the synergy that we are seeing between TUC and NLC now, uh, calling for a total strike by the 3rd of October. And again I said I wish we don't get to that point, but unfortunately that seems to be uh, the direction, except any form of intervention comes up before then. Uh, I mean, it's unfortunate, Michael. It is.
Michael, we have a crippling economy. Of course, you know that. And going on strike now, don't you think it will plunge us into more crisis?
I mean, that's exactly my point. The economy is already bleeding, shutting down. The same economy again. I mean, I can only hope that we don't have a total collapse of the entire system. Uh, you know, my pain is always that it is the average Nigerian that bear the brunt. Most of the guys we have in leadership, most of the people we have in leadership can always sort themselves out. Uh, these average Nigerians that need to go out on a daily basis to fend for himself or herself uh, are the people that are going to bear the brunt, and I think that is where the pain lies now. But by and large, I am never against anything that will make government do the right thing. I am for anything that will compel government uh, to to get on the right track. When the subsidy was removed without necessary templates for palliatives, we came here and we expressed our views then. And we were told that people should be patient, and it is on the platform of patience that we see 70 billion goes to National Assembly. We saw tokens being given to senators for weekends and all. See, when you're asking people to tighten their belts, when you're asking people to sacrifice, I don't have too much problem with that. But when I'm not seeing the same form of sacrifice on the part of leadership, then that becomes an issue, that becomes a problem. You can't be talking about tightening your belt when you no longer use belts, because your stomach has protruded to a point that belt is needless. You can maybe use a suspender to hold your trousers. That's you are not living what you are preaching, and I think that is what Nigerians cannot really comprehend. Don't tell Nigerians to tighten their belts when you are not doing so. The level of opulence that we have seen in leadership doesn't show any form of sacrifice. You see people going for vehicles that are so expensive in an economy that is already bleeding. There is no sacrifice in that, and we have seen a lot of other things that is being done at leadership level that result to wastages, that amount to wastages and all of that. So you can't be preaching sacrifice in a system like that, and I think that is where we are.
That is where we are. Simon Lylong have been, talking to them, federal government also now begging that they shouldn't go on the indefinite strike. Well, since it's a language you said they understand and which everybody knows as well, I think The government needs to do something very, 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 very fast. Now, there's no way, and there's no two sides to this, than government coming into an agreement with this set of people, and at the end of the day, meeting up with their demands. Do you see the federal government bowing to pressure? Yeah, they're just a few days away from October.
I feel this away to October 3rd, as you said. I don't know the magic that will happen. Anything is still possible anyway. But I don't see the magic that can happen between now and then, because the issues are many from what we have seen. The demands, much as I also know that government is not meant to meet all the demands of labor. No government does that. I agree with that absolutely. But the salient ones must be looked into. All the things you promised to do to make the suffering of an average Nigerians to be minimal has not been done up to now, Mike. We are all aware of the even the least palliative measure. That is the least out of all the demands. But these are just immediate measures. They are not meant to go for too long. As simple, as basic as the palliative measures that was spoken about, we also the mess that we've seen across the country in terms of people fighting to get some ration and all of that. The things that cannot even sustain them for a day or two.
Yeah.
People are scrambling to get it, and I think that was not what was promised to the leadership of Labour before now. So I understand that the medium terms and long-term measures are also being worked out. Government is talking about the Port Harcourt refinery coming on stream by December and all of that. We are all aware of the state of our naira this time. Naira is about 1,000. 1,000 naira is about $1 as we speak.
Even 1,000 plus.
And that has translated into high costs of production,
living,
high costs of living. People are coughing out what they don't even have now. I mean, that's a paradox. So that is where we are now, and government cannot continue to say, wait, we are working. There are things you respond to immediately, and there are things that can wait. When the fire is on a building, there is nothing like wait. There must be an immediate response at that time. You cannot tell me that because you have good intention for a patient that is to undergo surgery, you cannot just open up a patient without putting what will bring down the pains. Even though you have good intention for that patient, you are going to lose that patient. You are going to lose the patient as a result of the pain. So there's a limit man can bear pain. There must be a limit, and I believe there is. So government cannot continue to tell the people to wait. Why they are not waiting in terms of what gets to them. And I think that is the situation now.
That is the situation. Let's quickly move down to Oshodi Apapa Expressway, where the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, told the truckers in the touts and the taxis to vacate that place. After the order given by the governor of the state, this report resumed yesterday. They flouted the order of the governor of the state. They are back, and they said they are daring the governor. Come out and tell us to leave this place. But the question I ask is that after the governor told them to leave that place, did he provide another place for them, to go about their operations or their activities, their businesses? That's the question I'm asking, Michael.
Thank you, Mike. What is happening in Apapa Oshodi Expressway uh, is what I would call a cartel. There is a cartel that has bedeviled that environment over the years. These things didn't start today. Over the years, people have been able to constitute a cartel within that environment that has made lives unbearable, both for even the truck drivers and even people that are living in that environment generally. Um, they will flout the governor's directive because over the years, government have not demonstrated that they are serious. You can begin to count how many government officials have been in that corridor to give one instruction or the other. I remember the last administration, even the vice president was there at some point, if you remember, Mike. And I mean, when people like that come around, you will see some resemblance of sanity. And as soon as the person departs, they get back to their old ways. And that has been the pattern. So the issues around that corridor is so complex.
Are they above the law?
Security agencies are part of this issue.
Wow.
We have LASMA, we have police, we have military guys that have constituted one form of checkpoints or the other. I mean, trucks that should have moved under few hours can be in that corridor for 2 weeks. It's an environment I'm familiar with, so I understand what I'm talking about. So so unnecessary bureaucracy is within that corridor, and what is fueling it is corruption. People just set up all kinds of restrictions within that environment that is making life unbearable for both the truck drivers and even the people living around there. And government has not demonstrated seriousness as far as I'm concerned. Government has all it takes to put that place in order.
But why hasn't the government of the state achieved this? You said government has every power to put things in order.
Yeah.
But the government has not been able to achieve this. You talk about there are powerful people behind all these things, right?
Yeah.
Now, why haven't the government achieved it? That's the issue. Because don't forget that there's always gridlock, constant, regular gridlock on that road. What's the problem? Can't the governor take a drastic decision?
You know, there was a time they even came up with having private parks, designated parks that was to be allotted for truck drivers so that they move off that road, and they will be called. There was a system of calling them when it's their turn to go into the ports and all of that. Go and find out what happened to that system. You will just see that they will comply with it for a few 1 or 2 days, and before you know it, they are back on the road. Because it is not about having a law, it's about enforcement. When enforcement of any law fails, the law is as good as dead on paper. So it is the enforcers of those directives that are messing things up. If they are serious today, whatever the governor wants will happen. So it's not an issue as far as I'm concerned. You have all it takes to put everybody in order. So if you are not doing it, why won't they dare your directives? They know you can only back and you cannot bite. Government should be able to back and bite at the same time. That is what put people in check.
I think that's what to put stop to that rubbish.
Very simple.
All right, let's move down to Zamfara State, where the state government and the federal government are having this kind of field concerning the negotiation with bandits. I don't know if you were here yesterday. Did you speak yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, you spoke yesterday. Okay, you spoke about the issue as well. Okay. Now, what's like Lee said yesterday? Lee said there's nothing wrong in having a dialogue with bandits. There's nothing wrong in negotiating with bandits if certain solutions or certain Yeah, solutions will be found to the issues ravaging that state or a particular region. Do you support what Neye said in terms of negotiating with bandits to restore peace to a particular state or to a particular region?
Negotiation is not bad in itself, but you negotiate from the point of strength and not from the point of weakness. Uh, Even powerful countries across the world sometimes do negotiate, probably to get their citizens out of captivity and all of that. So, negotiating with bandits in itself is not bad, but it must be done. It must be done from the point of strength. However, you know what has been going on in that environment is becoming embarrassing. When states, as far as a state, and federal government uh, uh, having uh, issues in terms of we didn't ask you to negotiate. You two, you are negotiating and all of that. The government should be speaking with one voice, whether at local, state, or federal level. They should have harmonized whatever they want to do. If it is the negotiation they are going for, the state and the federal ought to have harmonized their position before going into such. Not all this embarrassing statement we are having in terms of you are the one that is negotiating, we are not the one doing so, and all of that. It's not too good for government. So negotiation, repeat, it's not bad in itself, but when you are not strong, when the enemy has already assessed you that you don't have what it takes to to get the people they've captured, then you are the mercy.
Now, when you look at the crisis in there, and especially the school, I think there are certain measures that are not in place in that school. The survivor talked about poor policing, also that the university is not fenced. That could give chance or give room for penetration by these bandits or so-called insurgents in the state. What do you think the government should do?
Mike, the truth is that we don't have the manpower to police all our institutions, especially in that environment. And that is the reality government must come to terms with. The manpower, we are talking about large expanse of land. This is not a small area. It's a large expanse of territories. So the manpower itself is not adequate.
Not enough.
It's not enough, and there is a limit you can stretch these guys to. There's a limit. The threat in that environment is enormous, and yet the manpower is not enough. So before the security agency will even move from their base to where they are getting the alert from, a lot of things will have happened. Sometimes it takes hours to get to some of those places. That is the challenge government must come to terms with. So if you need more manpower, begin to work towards it. But thinking that one magic will just happen and we will have all our institutions in that environment secure, it's not going to happen. We've seen it in Chibok, we've seen it in Tati and all of that, all those places. It's the same territory, the same environment. The manpower is not there. And government should not pretend about it.
Like you said, that was the third time they will be experiencing such attacks. Now let's quickly move down to federal government's move to boost operations with attack helicopters, that's to boost army operations with attack helicopters. My own take now is that, or my own take, my take on this issue is that it's not all about getting helicopter for the military. It's all about utilizing it, for the right purpose. We've seen situations where, and not even utilizing it for the right purpose, protecting it, guiding it. We've seen situations where army helicopters were brought down in the country. Take, for example, one that happened in Niger State, That should be last month or so.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on this as well, Michael?
A few days ago, I was telling someone that there are some security informations that are not meant for the public. Sometimes I am baffled when I read some things in the papers. There are information that are not meant for the public. You want to get attack helicopters to boost operations. How should that get to the media? You are already telling the enemy what you are about to do, and you are giving them the opportunity to prepare for such. I remember when the Tucano jet was paid for, I think during Jonathan or Buhari. That was the same way the whole thing was in the news. In fact, they even told us when they were expecting them to start arriving. These are security information that shouldn't be for the public.
It shouldn't be on the national TV.
Exactly. It is the result of such move that we should be seeing, not the process. You are not interested in the process. You are even exposing your tactics when you do that. I am not a security person, but I know it is not too healthy when you show the process. These are security information that are not meant for us. Get your attack helicopters. Who cares? Let the country be secure. That is what we are interested in. That's what we will be seeing and be commenting on that. Fine.
Let's see the outcome.
They've been able to stem the tide now, not the process. We are not interested in the process. There are security information that are not meant for us.
Wow. That's great. Before I go, would you like to wish the Muslims and the Nigerian Muslims a happy Maulud?
To our friends all over the world that are Muslims, I want to wish them happy Maulud. Today is public holiday here in Nigeria. I don't know if the same across the globe. We celebrate with them. I wish them well.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Anytime.
Thank you for coming on board. Charles, good morning to you. How are you doing? All right.
Morning, sir.
It's another good day at the newsstand.
Yeah, go on.
Welcome you on the program. All right, quickly to what we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. NLCT starts nationwide indefinite strike October 3rd. I'm asking you this question. Are you prepared for the shutdown? Have you stocked your house with foodstuffs?
Mr. Matthew, once again, good morning to everybody. Mr. Matthew is now person wey get money now in the store a house with food stuff. Huh? My brother, we don't see so many things in this country. The NLC, what is it that ever since the resumption of this regime, we keep on hearing strike. Is all this NLC trying to use it as a kind of yardstick to scare people away, or maybe because the government is not on their own side, it's not favorable to them. It's not what do I mean by not being favorable to them? You know, sometimes we have lost a lot of confidence with this NLC of a thing, because some of them, when something is not going their own way, that is when they will remember that strike will be coming in. And believe me, most of these people, if at all the government are doing something that is favoring NLC, like giving them money. My question is this: the strike they are clamoring, whatever they are fighting for, is it for the interest of the whole Nigerians or for their own personal interests? So what are we saying? We should be talking about the interest of Nigeria, not the interest of few people, because you are nothing but in the body of NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress, and then you are trying to fight for your own selfish interest. So fight for the interest of the entire masses, not only few individuals that are there. Are you getting me? You know, sometimes we look at this NLC, it is only when things are not working their way, that is when they will keep on using strike. Yes, we know. Strike is part of democracy. Protest is, I will continue to say, because it's part of the future. When you study government very, very well, you find that strike, protest, everything, these are means in which you bring government closer to the what? To the people. Are you getting me? But it is better you do things in the right way, in such a way that it will be for the benefit of the entire nations. But My problem still remains with the whole NLC. Every day strike, strike, strike. This strike you are calling, is it because whatever the government is doing is not balancing, is not balanced or suitable to your own personal portfolio or what? Or is it because you are trying to fight for the interest of the whole nation or for the few people that are there? So sometimes they should stop scaring on with strike, strike. We are tired of hearing all these things. It's not the hunger that is in the land. There's a lot of hunger. People, we are tired of all these things. Sometimes, you look at yourself in the morning. You wake up in the morning. You ask yourself, are you really? Why? Yes, we know that God has a reason why He brought us into this country. But sometimes you keep on asking yourself, why are you here? Because these people, they look at us as if we are nothing but an animals. You are fighting strike every day. You want to go on strike. You want to go on strike. Are you really sure it's for the personal interest of the masses or for your own personal interest? So this NLC should be very, very careful. We are very, very tired with whatever they are saying. If the government is not favoring you, you should know how to strike a balance. It's not by everyday strike. You want to go on strike. What kind of strike? Believe me, if we have, let me give you an example. If you have 100 people in NLC, 55% of them will not even be back on this strike. Trust me on that. Because a lot of them will still go back and collect that money. A lot of them will still go back and sideline whatever the government will give to them. So these people should stop embarrassing themselves every day strike. We are tired. There's hunger in the land. Unemployment is almost everywhere. A lot of we have every day. If I'm not even mistaken, Nigeria produces one of the highest graduates in the world now. Presently, the total number of graduates Nigeria are producing is one of the highest in the world. But where are the companies? Where are the means in which you can even employ all those people? These are things that the NLC should be fighting for. Not every day, because everything is not favoring them. They should be they are there fighting for them.
It's obvious that you are not okay by the move of the Trade Union Congress and NLC.
I am not.
Okay
I am not personally. I don't know about you. I don't know about this Papa. I don't know about this person. I don't know about Mr. Raf. Personally, I'm not okay. NLC should go and sit down. We are tired with it. They should not scare us.
Raf has always said it that it's not. He doesn't have.
I don't trust them.
He doesn't trust them.
They should go and sit down.
Especially this Ajero's administration.
Mike.
Ajero's leadership. He doesn't trust.
Honestly speaking, we are not happy in this country anymore. We are not happy.
I understand.
Seriously, we are not happy.
I understand. Yeah, but they've mobilized their men, and they've said there is no going back on this one. October.
Now, I know.
Get
follow.
prepared.
I know follow. Moku na hear me, I know follow.
Get prepared.
It is only when things are not working their own ways. That is when they will remember that strike. That is it.
All right, moving on to Apapa Expressway. We are the governor of the state, has ordered that doesn't want to see the truckers and the touts around that environment. These people have resumed their normal activities, their normal duties there, telling the government and telling the governor of the state that no, you can't dictate for us. Don't forget that there's always gridlock in that area, which is part of what the government is against. People in that axis, the residents in that area, are really complaining about the constant gridlock being experienced on a daily basis. What else do you think the government should do? Like Michael said that there should be a drastic move, to put stop to these to this act by these touts and the truckers in that axis. Also take on it.
Well, Mr. Michael, whatever the truck driver is doing with the government or the governor himself, I think they are the one that dictate. They are the one that calls for it, because for a longer period of time now, it's like let's not forget that this tankers driver, their union is one of the most strongest union in this country.
Yes.
Very, very strong.
Yes.
Now, and you look at the governor saying that they are daring him. Yes, why wouldn't they dare you? Because most of these governmental officers have decided to sell out their prestige, their respect to most of these people. So you are not even expecting. Yes, they have every right to talk to you, because if you see any man talking to a fellow man boldly, something is behind. Are you getting me? It's not ordinarily. There must be something that is giving them that courage, that audacity to talk to the governor like that. So definitely, the governor himself has been the government. Not only the governor, the government itself has been the problem of those areas because definitely maybe there might be a kind of remuneration they have been collecting from those people. Maybe they decided to have higher the amount of money they want to collect from those people, and they decided not to pay such amount of money. And they now the so-called governor is telling them that they should relocate from. Yes, before you ask someone, I remember in Imo State, I think there was a particular place we call Mechanic Village in Imo State there, and when Rochas came, yes, sometimes before you do something, you have to make sure that you have put a particular place in order. He has to move them from that Mechanic Village. He now moved them to a place called Obinze. Are you getting me? These are the way you do things. If you go to a place like Abia State, we have a place like a place we call Better Life in Abia State, close to Isuochi. Are you getting me? You know, if you go to those places, these are places where all these tanker drivers, where you can buy the highest cow in the eastern part of Nigeria, is there in Abia State. But now, you look at this, these people were in different places in Abia State, but at the end of the day, the governor decided to ship them over and give them a very cool area, a nice place that this from today, this place now becomes your what? Your place. Look at Apapa. When you are going to Apapa, you find out that tanker driver will, they will park from here. If I'm not mistaken, it will even reach as if you are going to Ibadan. Are you getting me? It's not supposed to be like that. The government has been seeing it. What stopped them from stopping those people from parking that kind of stuff like that? I think Lagos is so big to the extent that we have a lot of virgin land that you can bring out, cultivate it. The government has money, cultivate it and ship most of these tankers to a particular place. But you allow them to park just at the extremes of the road. But you see, it's a very big problem. So they are the one. Anything these people are saying, anything that these people are doing to the government or the governor, they are the one that cause for it.
According to them, according to the truck drivers, they said the government of Lagos State did not provide the right places for them to park their trucks. I think the government also should look into it. What do you think?
Sir?
I think the government should also look into that.
Yes.
Providing the place is suitable for them to park.
Mr. Michael, that is what I'm saying. We have a lot of virgin lands. Every state, whether you like it or not, irrespective of infrastructural facility that comes to your state, every state has a virgin land. Are you getting me? Every state has a virgin land that you can shift, even if it's 100 or 10,000 trucks or anything, you can push them over there.
I think there was a time government provided a place for them, but they refused to go in there because they still moved back to that same road.
They are the cause of everything. Sometimes these governments, the government itself are the problem we're having in this country. You cannot continue. Let me tell you, even someone who should decide to ask them that they should leave that place, not everybody in government will actually allow those people to move out of that particular place because a lot of them knows what they are getting from those people.
Okay, thank you so much. Charles, would you like to greet the Nigerian Muslims, or you greeted them?
Good.
Today is
Maulud.
That's the birth of Muhammad.
That's the birth of Muhammad.
Yeah, Maulud.
Well, you see, we are all Christians. I'm a Christian.
Holiday,
They are Muslims. We are all one by virtue of understanding. What matters in life is nothing but understanding. On a very good day, we are still going to go back to the same God that created everybody. So you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, you're a pagan, we're almost the same thing. So I wish you a peaceful celebration. We are waiting for our own Muki Great, Taiwo. Good morning. We greet you. Stop and chop. Able Professor. Good morning.
We still have other reviewers there, not only Muki Great, Taiwo.
That is it.
They can be of benefit to you guys.
No, all of them. I love all of them, seriously. Good morning to you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate you. Quickly to
So good morning.
Raphael.
Happy Eid Malud, Mike.
I wish you the same, Raphael.
All our viewers, happy Eid Malud. Muhammad was born 630 AD. True or false? No. The beginning of Islam. True or false? No. The birth of Muhammad was 630 AD after Christianity. After Christ may have ascended into heaven. 630 AD, that was birthday of Muhammad. The very day they born him, give birth to him. So subtract and know how many years the man would have been if he's still alive. Now what I'm trying to say is that I'm not going to forget all our Christian and brothers viewers. They are very important.
Muslim,
Muslims,
sorry,
Christians. No, Christians. I will throw away my salute across.
Okay.
All of you Christian brothers that are viewing us, happy Mohammed birthday. The only thing is that we need peace from them. We don't want fight me, I fight you. Then again, to my man, a Muslim man, a Muslim friend, a Muslim brother, a Yoruba to the core, and he's a good Muslim. He's still living in the city of David, Israel. He stays there. His name is Akim Olasuko. He's a good Muslim. Hajia Halima, she lives in California. Hajia, happy birthday to you. Hajia Jumrat Fatibelo, happy Mohammed birthday to you. Kazim, that stays in Maryland, you said you are coming back if Tinubu wins election. I've been waiting for you since. You cannot even call me. Now one for you. Happy Mohammed birthday.
Yes, Kazim.
Many of them. Oga Cole.
Is it Muslim?
Oga Cole is like, he's a Muslim. He has come here one day. He visited us. He came. He came. He works with American military. He's an army in the USA. The wife, the daughter, everybody, they work in the military over there. So, happy birthday to Mohammed. Only that I don't think he can hear me because that one don't go. He don't die since. So, happy birthday, everybody. Mohammed is celebrating today in the realm of the spirit.
No meaningful dialogue with government. That's what NLC, TUC have said this morning, front page of Nigerian papers. And they've mobilized their men for the October 3rd strike. Not just strike, indefinitely strike. It simply means you should go to the market, buy foodstuffs, and make sure your house is stocked
with food. Mike, where is the money to buy that food? That is the issue. We don't need to be deceiving ourselves.
We've been giving palliatives.
Palliatives? Oh my God. Mike, during the era of palliative, you and I stroll from here to your office. Palliative was from London, America, all over Asia. They contributed money. Yeah. They were the one that gave us palliative. No money. Then let me tell you now. Who has money to stockpile food in his house? Now question mark, where they there? Nobody. Are you listening to me? Because of fuel increase, food stocks, they are very, very expensive, Mike. As I'm talking to you now, it's killing. I'm weeping for fellow Nigerians. Because no money to stockpile food at homes, various homes, due to inflation, due to high rising cost of what? Essential commodity, rice, perishable goods like tomato, fresh one. Are you listening to me? To buy stock, food stocks that will give you a pot of soup, you are spending 7, 8, 10, 12,000. To be I told you. Yeah, and that is when you go to Imbo. When you go to Imbo and Agege, where all these commodities are cheaper.
Not over here.
Not over here. If you go to Oba, they will ransack all your pocket and you go home empty pocket. I'm telling you, those women, I don't know what is wrong with them. Everything is on the high side. So, Mike, let me tell you, we are talking about NLC agreement with federal government meeting that has hit rock already. And they promise us indefinite strike. Please, do you know what I have to the NLC union? Please promise us definite strike. Definite, meaning absolute. Clear strike. I think you understand. Don't use the word indefinite because you have never touched the definite side, which is fulfilling your promises, behaving like labor union, as it is in Europe, in America, Asia, and other part of the continent. Just do the normally definite strike. Please remove indefinite. Because why? You have not been a truthful union. Like a high school attitude that has eaten up your heart, your liver, and your brain since 2015 still lingers. You are still not being truthful to Nigerians. Labor is gone. See, let me tell you, Mike, everything in Nigeria is gone, let alone labor. A Jerome that you know that has been bought since. If there is no bagam inside his account, that man would have embarked on strike since.
So it's simply because of the
Arrange,
no prayer in his mailbox.
Baga, bam, jagam, ba, a lot from Lai Mohammed, ba, from so person, bagam from Adam Ochobole. Mind you, I was a comrade. I headed that union before you. So take this one, manage yourself. Don't disrupt this business. That's Adam Ochobole. I love Nigeria in total. You must not scatter Nigeria. That's Adam promising the labor problem. I'm trying to reenact what is happening at the back door. Here on the camera. I'm telling you, Mike, I don't have faith, single one, on Nigerian Labour Congress. Are you listening to me? Even if Nigeria is a production country today, we are producing. It is the Labour Congress that will do the laborers well. They will give those expatriates companies that come to produce in Nigeria ultimatum, guidelines, what to do to what? Nigerian laborers. But which company is producing? None. The ones that are producing the labor over there are conniving with the so-called elites, the Nigerian laborers. What? Juicy payments. They are giving them stipend. Imagine Wahoo. If those dangerous, monstrous machines there cut your hand, amputate you, you are gonna. No compensation because they align with police, they align with federal government, they align with Lagos state government. They are not treating Nigerian laborers well. See, let me tell you, Nigerian Labour Congress should go back and do its homework well. They should start from grassroots. Do you know what I mean? Go and rectify issues with production companies, the little one we have in Nigeria, and make sure that you treat Nigerian laborers well. Their payment should come up. It is not the companies, the Indians, the Pakistans, the owner of the company that should do it. It is NLC. Go and consult with your counterpart in Ghana. Ghana Labour Congress, GLC. They will teach you. You don't know how much a laborer earns in Ghana. They have been worrying me, many friends on Facebook. Have come, they show the picture, they show everything. You will work at the port in Kumasi, Accra, blah, blah, blah. This is your payment in dollars. Oga, I am not coming. I don't know anybody in Ghana. I won't do what? I won't come. I don't know you. Huh? You cannot go harvest somebody's organ. That is what is going on in West African region. I don't go. You can't lure me because of juicy job. Let me see that how my labor union in Nigeria will work on the payment they are giving us in Nigeria. Thank you. They pay you well. Good. That is for you in Ghana. Nigerian Labour Congress should go back to their house. Perewu, TUC, market women, have meeting, do the needful, instruct the CEOs, the employers, the company, labor union, to make sure that every production company in Nigeria, they are paying Nigerian laborers well. Let their payment be juicy. Forget federal government. Nothing good can never come out from Nigerian government. That's right from day one. Nigerian government stopped being Nigerian government since 1970s. When this Obasanjo people call Obasanjo that is ugly, Obasanjo was not ugly. Obasanjo was not ugly. When he was ruling in those days, he imposed this UPE, Universal Free Primary Education. Companies were paying well. Schools, no fees. You don't pay school fees up to university. It lingers till 90s. The kind of stipend they are paying to UNN, it does, is it not 25 naira, 26 naira? Federal universities. That one isn't school fees. But today, okay, some schools in the southwest have was shut down because of what? Increase on school fees. Federal university, why must we be paying such money? Students, for that matter, federal universities. The budget for education has been read. Aside, why collecting such money from the students? Okay, labor union are not getting it. I would rather hand over Nigeria to student government. Student government can do well, not labor union. Jeremy, can never ever do well. Mike, forget about this strike coming. Let us start it now. Never you ever promise what you should do today, tomorrow. No, tomorrow is too far. Next week promise, na lie. It is a lie.
Okay, that's
So let us strike now. Now. No, it shouldn't be next week.
The 3rd of October is
Oh, guys, too far.
It's too far.
One Yinka
But
or
at
one
least-
Mbeke or one Emeka might
at least-
suggest.
At least they will give you time to buy food in the market. buy food
Oh, Mike,
stores,
if it
all of
happens
that,
now,
you know.
God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He walks in ways we cannot see.
Wow, you're a good singer.
Thank you.
That's
He will
good.
make a way.
You're a chorister, right?
Let us start it now.
Are you a chorister in
Yes,
church?
yes. See, let me tell you, Mike. Let's start it now. Don't pity us. Say, make we go the survival. He's there. He will make a way for us. We have been calling him for 60-something years, and God has been able to sustain Nigerians. Are you listening to me? Never promise what you should have done today, tomorrow. For tomorrow might be too late. I'm talking to NLC.
Okay, the Senate has confirmed Cardoso as the new CBN governor.
What's the name of that man?
Cardoso.
Cardoso.
And they have said that forex crisis and transparent rules are some of his immediate priorities.
Yeah.
Because you know he has so much to do.
Yeah.
Especially with the issue of Naira crashing down every
dollar,
to dollar, you know. Rafa,
Mike,
what do you
Mike,
expect?
let me tell you here.
You know what you're
I'm a more or
experiencing at this
less,
point,
I'm a
okay?
more or less a literary man, story man, history man. I tell story a lot in my life. I analyze stories, past and present. I've never been an economist, but Mike, you can see me analyze this economy. One, Nigeria economy. It is not CBN governor that will help us revamp our economy. No. If you want to employ a CBN governor, you should showcase the person, bring him up to limelight. Let us, the whole Nigerians, let the press, let the members of the public debate about him. His competence in the past, what he could do presently, and where his shortcomings came from in the past. His antecedents.
Should be debated.
Thank you. It is question of opinion polls. Mr. Raf,
But the Senate has
listen, let me stage it here. Mr. Raf, how do you know Mr. Cardoso? I said, I don't know. Can you give me a brief, description of his profiles? You go talk, blah, 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 blah. I will tell you my opinion. It's not a question of anytime you say, Mr. Emeka, CBN governor, we don't know Emeka from anywhere. If you say Mr. Elumelu, we will say yes. He managed UBA. He did this in Asia. And he's still the best entrepreneur we have known now. Elumelu
Tony.
in the world, yes. Tony Elumelu. We know him. You can even come and tell me, say, Femi Adesina, the then or even presently African Development President Chairman. That guy did it well. Femi Adesina. I didn't understand. I will tell you, say yes. After Nnamdi Azikiwe heading an African Development Bank, blah, 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 blah. After Nnamdi Azikiwe this, Femi Adesina can do this, he can do that. We will defend him. That's the opinion. Nigerians' opinion. And from there, if they count on our opinion, they will go and debate it in the House, both upper and lower legislative chambers. If it is Femi Adesina, they should give him. And we find out that Femi is going to do well. Who is Cardoso? I don't know Cardoso. So, Rafael Mbechina analyzing the CBN governor, how he could revamp Nigeria economy to the level of helping dollars to stoop low before Naira. I think that's going to be a bigger task. And if it is a smaller, task for me, I'm going to fall into serious fallacy, or you call it omission. Because I don't know Cardoso. But what I know is that employ people at CBN who are economic giants. You have Elumelu, you have Patu Tomi, the managing director, Lagos School, Business School. You see what they put it, Lagos Business School. Oga, Naira having an edge over dollars is a business. Dollars stooping so low before Naira should be a business. Then we have people like Adesina, we have people like Sarah Alade from Abeokuta. There are many of them. Okonjo Iweala, though, is managing WTO, New York. Are you listening to me? There There are many of them. You can even go outside and employ a foreigner. It is not a sin. Makani, the England Central Bank of England was managed by McCartney. Where is McCartney from? McCartney is a native of Canada. McCartney was governor of Central Bank of England for how many years? Oyibo no know. Skin now white. His skin is white. Englishman's skin is white. The whites are the same. Black man's skin is black. Black is bad. Black is segregative. Black is tribalistic. Black divides so much. Why not go outside and employ a CBN governor that can manage the economy of Nigeria well? See, they invited Obagelo Okwesilozo the other day to Brazil. She went there. Southern Africa employed, I think, the same Okwesilozo on Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. He went there. Ghana here, almighty Ghana employed Soludo during their what? Devaluation of CD and the Pesua. He went there. What happened? He did his job. Why is Nigeria so much engrossed on tribalism, racism, which is of no use? Tinubu should have just gotten everything right. Go outside and employ people. There are professionals there that can help revamp our economy.
Let's see what Cardoso.
Oga Cardoso cannot do anything.
Let's see what
Oga Cardoso. Let me give you for instance.
Let's see how we can revamp.
Let me give you for instance. Yeah?
The CBN.
When the white witch doctor was handling super egos, early 2000, we crucified the white witch man. Oh, what is that his name? Philip, somebody from France. He managed what Spigos well. Oh, we say okay, indigenous football manager, coach. We say okay, let us employ our own. What do? We went to Ibadan and employed Onigwinde. Onigwinde put on Jim Obodo suit. He sit down there. He could not stand up in Korea, Japan, 2002. He was there, Goodibam. He could not come up and ginger the players on the field. I think understand. Indigenous governor, CBN governor, Mike has failed. Emefiele did was he failed. They are still beating him, knocking him on the head in jail. His past performances.
If Emefiele failed, does it mean that
Cardoso is likely a failure because Tinubu contracted him, employed him based on compensation.
Okay.
Are you telling me as if I don't know Tinubu? I know Tinubu right from 1999.
Raphael, let's move down to
Oga Tinubu.
Papa Expressway.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we have so much gridlock.
Don't worry.
On daily basis.
Gridlock. Where is it? Papa solution is on my finger now. My suggestion is to you.
Can you give us
thank
solution?
You so much. Solution to
told them to vacate.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
The governor telling the businessmen at Papa, all those truck drivers to vacate their position is nothing but tyrannical. He is a tyrant. The easier way, I repeat it, listen viewers, to what? To decongest a Papa vehicular grid or traffic jam is what? To dredge River Niger and empty it into Atlantic Ocean. Dredge Onne, dredge Calabar Seaport, dredge Akwa-Ibom, dredge the whole ocean, the whole port in the southern Nigeria. So that cheap ocean vessels will be bringing in containers from Europe, Asia, everywhere to southern sea. And Nigerian port, Apapa port, will be decongested. Why are you questioning me this morning when I know that the solution is on my finger? Tinubu knows quite well that if they dredge the whole ports, seaports in the southern Nigeria, Apapa story will be 18 of the past. Apapa gridlock will be 18 of the past. Ambode suggested it. They knock Ambode on the head because they know what they are benefiting from Apapa congested port, whereby you have over 2 million jam-packed containers uncleared, paying them dumerages and are cutting away the money home, all of them. The suggestion, the problem is solved about Apapa gridlock. As simple as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
And that's what listen now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what every Southeasterners are saying.
All right.
They congest Apapa by dredging Warri, dredge Uyo, dredge Calabar, dredge River Niger. Let Igbo man have free access to importation and the exportation of his product.
All right, thank you so much, Raphael. All right, we've heard from some of our contributors today, and I hope you enjoyed today's program. Tomorrow is Thursday, where we'll be bringing you another edition of this program with a different topic entirely. Michael Adekule is my name, and I say thank you so much for joining us. Please don't forget to subscribe on the sister channel, Flip TV Plus, FLIP TVPLUS, Flip TV Plus. For good content, for latest stories, information, please subscribe on that channel. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you guys for watching us today and for saying good morning to us here as well. All right, bye for now, everyone.